I love my divorcee husband. When I met him, he was so ideal for me. I got so much more because 37-year-old me chose my life partner.
Secondly, I'm a lady. Don't ask me what I have and what I don't have. That's none of your business.
Let any baby mama deceive you into believing that being a single mother is more convenient than being a wife.
I think a lot of people like settle for people that like them back.
They're going to tell you that the clock is ticking, that you're going to spoil like rotten milk.
By dinner dates, I don't mean Chipotle. I want you to have very high standards. Going out on boys' night, you need to plan a girls' night.
Welcome back to More to Life. Before I get into this video, like, comment, subscribe. Also, smash that notification bell just to be sure you get all my videos as soon as I release them. Let's get into this.
I actually don't hear a lot of people talking about how different breakups feel when you start dating like higher echelon men and higher value men. Like when you're dating like an average guy or even like a below average guy, you guys break up and like you can hate on. You can think like, wow, he was a loser. He like was a bum. He had no drive in his life. He didn't have a job. He was a horrible boyfriend, whatever. But when you date upper level men and then have to go through breakups with them, you can't say any of it. The guy you were dating was educated, made lots of money, had an amazing job, took care of himself, looks good, is tall, etc., and has lots of options. Like there's nothing you can attack for your own ego. And on top of that, a lot of people in breakups love to be like, well, they're gonna regret that. They're gonna regret fumbling me. But when you're dating higher value men, they probably won't, because they can replace you like that. So yeah, I've raised my standard and I'm dating like way better guys now, but going through breakups with them is not for the weak.
Yeah, it's not for the weak. And that says something about yourself, though. I mean, it does show a bit of confidence, but still, it shows gold digger. You're displaying gold digger all over your face. I bet you love saying that. You felt high and mighty saying that. You do. Because you want to see those comments when they're either hating on you or congratulating you. And I'm sure most are most likely believing you may be fibbing a little bit. I'm not going to say you don't have a chance of dating any high-value men, but come on. You know that's not happening. You know they're not a dime a dozen. That's barely happening.
These are my controversial dating non-negotiables that should not even be controversial. Firstly, if you don't have a driver's license or a car. Whoa, Tammy, did you really just say that? Yes, I did. I don't see why that's controversial. Personally, I don't really want a big massive man in my passenger seat. It's not going to make me feel very taken care of. Also, you should have a driver's license. That's what we were doing in sixth form. Let's keep on top of things. Let's be organized. If he doesn't have his own apartment, but do you even have an apartment yourself? No, and that's why you should have one.
I wonder why they left.
Is this not simple maths? If we both don't have an apartment, what are we going to do? What, sit in the park like when we're 14? What, are you going to push me on the swing and I'll push you down the slide? Let's start getting real, yeah? We're adults. Secondly, I'm a lady. Don't ask me what I have and what I don't have. That's none of your business.
Get out. Sorry, man. Okay. Get out!
If he's in the habit of liking girls' pictures and just spends too much time lusting over women on social media, yuck. Non-negotiable. I don't want a man filled with lust. People always try to make that like an insecurity thing, but no. Why would you want a man that's filled with lust? It's a recipe for disaster. Find better things to do in your spare time than looking at and thinking about women. That includes if it's me that you're lusting after. I'm not flattered by that. Relax. This goes without saying. Asking to do 50-50 on dates. Now, when did this become controversial? Exactly. Why would you take a lady out on a date and then ask her to pay?
Another one with this. Like, they set their standards and what men require, ladies not complaining, also fit, feminine, and friendly, and also ladies that are about something. Doesn't matter what you do for work, but it matters that you have something. So our list that we require are so much lower. Maybe you lower yours a little bit. I want to hear more to see what you say. But maybe lower yours a little bit.
For half of it. Shame, embarrassment, self-respect, dignity. Do you feel any of those emotions at all? Oh no, I need to test her because if she's using me for my money. For what money? What money? The £50 for dinner. You haven't done your big one like you think you have. Men
Run.
that puff up their chest to argue with women. And worse, if you're doing it online. First of all, why are you shush. Shush! Go and argue with your mates. Go and argue with other men. How can you be arguing with a lady? Yeah, but that's a double standard. If she can give it, she can take it. Shh! Go
Your masculine energy.
and argue with your match, because you won't do it. If you can't abstain for at least 1 whole year, I don't understand those kind of guys that just have to be sleeping with a girl, or you have to be dating a girl. It doesn't matter. You just have to. You are governed by lust. And that's not going to stop just because you get into a relationship or you get into a marriage. You're a lustful being. You need an entire lifestyle change. It's not normal to actually be constantly seeking out someone to sleep with, date.
You're talking to men about that. Does she not know the statistics? That most guys are probably not getting any? She took what's going on with 10% of guys and put that on the whole population. I'm getting tired of y'all doing this, because I bet you that's all you want is those 10% of guys, and then probably 5 or 1% because you want a guy that has money, which you're not naming that. But I'm sure if I ask you a question to say, how much money does a man need to make? Let me see if she gets to it.
Just for the sake of it. High key, it's an addiction. And by the way, I know there's going to be some angry incels in the comments saying, we don't want to be with you anyway.
We agree.
Or they might say, but you've got a wig on. You're wearing makeup. That means that without all that, I'm better than you. In your dreams, you wish, go and scratch your bum somewhere else.
Exactly like I thought. No dollar amount. Trying to be a comedian. Most likely to get some money. But not telling the truth. You got on there and talked for what, a minute? And not said one word of truth. The nerve of you.
I don't care what any baby mama say. Having to raise your kids by yourself is not a flex. And this is coming from a single mother. Listen to your sister. Don't let any baby mama deceive you into believing that being a single mother is more convenient than being a wife.
They won't listen.
You hear me? When I was pregnant with my daughter, I went through the whole pregnancy by myself. Ain't nobody going me to no appointments, no baby shower, no gender reveal. When my water broke, I got us to the hospital and from the hospital. And I can go on and on about my baby daddy. F my baby dad. F my baby dad. But I slept with him. So what kind of woman did that make me? A crazy motherfucker. Okay? You way too beautiful, way too smart, way too intelligent to be going through something like that. So live your soft girl life. Ain't nothing wrong with saying you too good to be a baby mama. You right. Because us strong black women not strong because we choose to be. We strong because we have to be.
Tell a ton of others coming behind you, don't marry before you carry. That's it. Protect yourself. Simple as that. It's much easier than you think. You can do it by not going raw with everything. But I know what's going on though. These guys nowadays are running up in everything raw. And they leave behind their children, kids, all by the same guys. You know, these ladies don't realize all of you are having babies by the same guys. Little Jacko from down the block on 116th Street got 10 babies. And he put them all in you. And other girls too. He put them in others.
Because I feel like it needs to be said. Y'all need to leave these married men alone because they're not leaving their wife, okay? And even if you go tell a wife what's going on, they 9 times out of 10 ain't leaving their man, okay? They're not leaving that happy home. They don't give a damn. So save yourself the time, save yourself the embarrassment, save yourself the heartbreak, and go find you a man that is available and single. Stay away from these married men or these men in relationships because I promise you, you're not going to get the end result that you want, okay? It's not going to work out in your favor, babes. It's just not. Because what will happen is, if you go to that woman, you tell that woman, hey, you know, I just want to let you know I've been with your man. I've been seeing your husband. They probably gonna your man. I'm gonna wait patiently. I'm gonna wait for you to fall in love, okay? Save yourself the emotional trauma. Save yourself the embarrassment. Because if that 9 times out of 10, they got a friend that's gonna be ready to pull up on your daddy, okay? They're going to wait for you to fall in love. They're going to wait patiently. They're going to be quiet. And then they got to pounce. And payback is a bitch, okay? So just focus on yourself. Find you a man that's available, lady.
Sounds like she's talking from experience. Did it happen to you? Did it happen to you?
Let's find men that are available. The men that are not available are not for you for a reason, okay? And if they doing that to their wife, 9 times out of 10, they're going to do it to you. Okay, that's usually how it works. Relationships, marriages, let that just be off limit to the girls. Okay, let's let that be off limit to the girls. Go find you a man that's available. And if you find out that man ain't available, just exit stage left. Ain't no point in telling the wife, because she probably already know about it anyway, or she probably don't give a damn, or I don't know, or she probably don't know. I don't know. To each his own. I'm just telling you in general. Most wives, if you go to them and tell them that you've been with their man, they're not leaving them. Okay, so save yourself the time, because what's gonna happen is you're gonna end up embarrassing yourself, and somebody gonna man. Okay, so let's keep it cute. There's plenty of men that are single. If y'all need advice, if y'all need help finding a man, come call me. I will help you. I will hook you up. I am the best. I give the best dating advice. I give the best advice. I can really help you find a man. Like, I am really good at that. I am very good at finding emotionally available single men. Okay, so if you're having trouble in that category, call me, because I got you. But stay away from these married men, because they ain't no good. Okay, they're not leaving their wife, and their wife ain't leaving them. Okay.
Yeah, if you can do that, you probably have a whole slew of ladies in your comments. And guess what? You most likely can help none of them. Because a lot of times they're selling smoke to get the money. And that's what she's doing as well.
I'm not going on any more dates anytime soon. No. No. I'm sure you guys have seen all those articles going around about lawsuits against dating apps and how dating apps are essentially just totally ineffective. People are on there and just stay on there, and the actual success rates are so low, but then the ones that you hear about is like all you hear. So many of my friends have met their significant others on the dating apps, and I'm like, why is that not working for me? Now, I don't think all of them are necessarily compatible, I will say that. But, you know, they're like, oh, it's a numbers game. You got to just keep like blah, blah, blah. I think a lot of people like settle for people that like them back and don't want to think deeper on like, okay, is this my forever person?
No wonder you're single.
Just like feels good to be loved. And the thought of getting back out there is like horrible. And meeting people naturally is really, really tough now. But lately, and by lately, I mean like the last 2-3 years, I've been feeling like the dating apps is just like, people play it like an actual game. The people on there that are actually looking for a relationship, I mean, I think there's just so few of them. I think in general, women are a lot more intentional than men. I think men are on there. And I heard actually a guy say this though, women are on there for validation to see like who they could get. These are all the people they could get, but that they don't actually want to talk to them. And men are on there kind of like trying to hook up. But if a relationship comes out of it, it's like a plus, but they're not necessarily on there for a relationship. I feel like with women though, like a lot of women are actually on there for a relationship, but it also is an ego boost as well, because your pool, your dating pool just got so much bigger than just like the people that you're meeting at bars and at work and whatnot. And also, I feel like a lot of people aren't working in person anymore. You're not doing as many of those happy hours. You're not like combining friend groups as much. You're just not meeting people naturally as much. So you kind of have to use the dating apps. But then the dating apps just feel like a total app. I'm like, this cannot be it. I'm not like, I'm not going to stop dating necessarily. I'm going to be open to it still. But in terms of like the dating apps, I think we're just taking a little step back, just a little, you know what I mean? But it's like mentally just draining to be preparing yourself for the dates, to be talking to people, to, you know, if a date goes well and they don't follow up, you're like, what if the date doesn't go well? And like, how do you navigate that conversation? You know, if you're on a date and you're like, why am I here? Or you're on, like, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, if anything, if I would tell anyone to be done with dating apps, especially dating apps in the West, it's men. Because that's really all you're doing. She said it, validating them. And then they're going, okay, I don't like you. Like, right? They're not going to choose you anyway. Most guys don't fit into what a woman thinks she deserves. You hear me again? Most don't, because they think they deserve a 10. And then they're getting played and used by these 10s. That's what's going on. So, yes, it probably happened to her. She realized she's spinning her wheels, being used by the next one and being used by the next one. And guess what? I say it again. It's all the same guy. It's just a revolving circle. It's like they're going around the world and back again in once a day without traveling out. Because a lot of times they're stuck to their little circle, what's in their town. So when you think about it, say if you're in a dating app and then you're stuck to what's in your town or what's close by, there may be what, 10,000 people? That's your little network. And then from there, the same guys you spin it back around. And for guys, it's like this. The same girl spinning back around that's desperate, that you don't want, the grenade you're trying to dodge, right? Am I talking this, Marty?
Why do we want women to be insecure? It's very simple. Have you seen a woman who knows her worth? She is very inconvenient. She has high standards. She doesn't buy things to fix herself, and she won't let you project your traumas onto her because she doesn't fear being alone. It's a lot of work to keep up with a woman like that if you haven't healed. And since society is still operating from a very low standard, we prefer women to be functions, not...
Yeah. It sounds like these older single women who are washed up like her, but you know, she got dressed up. So she looks nice on the outside. She did her makeup, but it's not hitting how it used to hit. After you got divorced, you gave all of your good years to somebody else. You can get guys picking up the scraps. You may even find a good man who's older, but a lot of times they don't want to deal with it, right? They're choosing a life of solace over this.
Humans, we want them to be insecure. Look at the shelves of any store, and you will see products continually teaching women that she's never enough, that something's constantly wrong with her smell, with her hair, with her body, with her humanity. They're going to tell you that the clock is ticking, that you're going to spoil like rotten milk.
You're right about that.
Most of girls start hearing things like this before they're even 8 years old, and a woman who's had enough of it will be always winning the emotional battles. She will be fiercely protecting herself from all of this nonsense. And thank God women are waking up and stepping into their strength, because nothing will ever change for our daughters or the next generation if we don't leave our insecurities behind.
She started the feminist movement. Her alone. She was the main spokesperson. Seriously, but why? Why is it these older ladies are pushing that same agenda? It's hurting women. It's like the beginning at the end now because of this propaganda. Because that's what it is. Propaganda pushed on, and look, you have the older ones continuing to push it, keeping all these young girls' head in the sand. They don't know how it was back in her day. They don't know how it was at a time before her. They may understand it somewhat from their grandmother, but they don't realize how good those times were. They were. Oh, my grandma went through hell because she had to rely on my granddad. Your grandmother was happy. Your grandmother was in love. Look the way she looks at your granddad. Look at him.
A high standards woman knows she cannot build her life on external validation and appreciation, because if she does, she knows that those compliments that build her, any criticism that comes her way, will tear her apart.
Look, it's even more of them. Another one. Watch this.
We have all heard the dating myth. The older you get, the less you get. Okay? If you're a single woman over 30...
Over 27, unmarried, female, what do you call this lady? 女, which means leftover women.
I am sure you have heard this sentiment that you have to hurry up and pick somebody because the older you get, and if you're on the dating market, you're going to get less. They're lying to you. The older you get, the more you get. It's just going to look different than you ever thought it would. When I was growing up as a little girl in Brooklyn, New York, my biggest dream for my life was a New York City apartment.
Look. The home, when I was growing up in Brooklyn, New York, right away. Nightmare.
In Manhattan, like that's what I wanted. But now look at me. I live in a small town in America. I live in a nice house, and I can't even imagine living in an apartment. I mean, I would do it again if I had to, but this life, it just suits me more. I never would have thought I would have married an upcycled husband. Meanwhile, I love my divorcee husband. When I met him, he was so ideal for me. I got so much more because 37-year-old me chose my life partner and not 27-year-old me.
Which means leftover women.
Not 17-year-old me. I had a chance to grow up and mature. And when we look at some of the most successful men in the world, Jeff Bezos, even though I think Lauren Sanchez, anyway, look at Lauren Sanchez. She's the speed limit. She's 55. She's been divorced multiple times. She has children. But look, one of the wealthiest men in the world wants to be with her, okay? Melody Hobson married George Lucas, I think, when she was 44. Meghan Markle married Prince Harry when she was 36, and she was divorced. My point is this. The older you get, the more you mature, the more your palate is refined, the better you become.
It's delusional. These women were in those circles already. Most women are not. They're not in those circles. They don't have family that's established. They have no way of meeting these guys. They're not allowed in. What are you saying?
The more elevated you are, the more you will get. You will not settle the way that you did when you were younger. So it's not the worst thing to be over 30 and single, okay? You're just getting started at 30. 40, you're cracking the surface, and 50 is lit. So don't let them try to bully you into settling when you're younger and you're watching the clock thinking like, oh my goodness, I'm running out of time. You're just on time, because the older you get, the more you get.
No, the older you get, Sean, yeah,
means leftover women.
Because what is it? More and more trying to make money where? On TikTok. Lying to these ladies. And they have tons of fans. Over and over. It needs to be stopped. Seriously, 2025, we need to stop ladies like this from lying to them. Because it's leading to an epidemic. And we're facing it now, but it's only going to get worse.
So I got lots of comments like this under the video I put up yesterday about what I expect in partnership and what true partnership is. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and watch it. And I love comments like this. I got so many comments about how I'm too picky, I'm too choosy, I have too high of standards, I have too high of expectations. And I take that as a compliment. Because I am picky, I am choosy, I do have high standards. They're not too high. How do I know they're not too high? Because that is what I give in a relationship. And you are never going to convince me that I have to expect less from a partner than what I am capable of giving. All those examples I gave are what I have given in a relationship, what I can give, and what I will give in a relationship. I look at all the things I have to give in a partnership, and then I have expectation to find a true equal partner that can give the exact same.
Check the single woman box.
Yeah, Coach, whatever your name is. Her name is Coach. What does it say? Whatever her name is, right? You can give it, but a man doesn't want it, right? If you're talking about money, a man doesn't want it. A man, what does he want? He really wants the looks. You can't give that anymore. You can actually. Like the guy who talks about, he says it all the time. When they complain about white, when they complain about height, what is he telling them to fix? Their weight. You can do something about that. So I think you should do something about that. And give a man that, he'll be happy. He may hear you out. Like the other ladies that were speaking, at least they were a little more fit, but no. You can't talk tough when this is what you're presenting.
I hate to say this, but I think that women have to lower their standards. The amount of chronically single girlfriends that I know, either approaching their 30s or already in their 30s, that are like wanting to settle down and have a family but can't, is an epidemic at this point. And we're talking about women that are financially stable, have educations, are beautiful, have their fathers in their lives, like come from nice families. So I'll have conversations with my friends and they'll say things like, oh, like, you know, I want him to make like at least $200,000 a year, like at minimum. He has to be in shape. Like, I really like a guy with a six-pack. I love a guy who's like 6'2". I need a guy with like a full head of hair. Like, I can't do bald guys. Every single time you throw a new specification into what you desire, the only person that fits within the parameters of what you are looking for exists in your dreams.
It's funny how with these women, you don't actually have to meet all of these standards to sleep with them, but they're going to make you jump through all these hoops to get into a relationship with them.
It's wild. You know, I call it the state of delusion. There are so many ladies walking around in the state of delusion. Like, even I look at the girl who just spoke not so long ago with the gray hair. She's married. She's married and she's talking tough, but she's married. How are you going to get there? A lot of times, ladies wouldn't know where to start. And who's to say if whoever is portraying a certain way on TikTok or YouTube, that's how they really are? Because really, I don't believe none of you. All of you are trying to make $1.
Is everything I want you to do 2025 relationship edition.
Check this out. High Standards for Women, 2025 Relationship Edition.
Oh, here we go again.
Stop wasting your time on coffee dates. If somebody's taking you out for coffee dates, the answer is no, I only do dinner dates. And
But how is a man going to get to know you? There's ladies out there that say, I want a coffee date for the first date. I say to guys, stick with those. I was walking around the Philippines and a bunch of Filipinas said, I want to do coffee. I would rather walk for the first date. I would rather get to know the guy. And all back home, all you hear is, take me to dinner, take me to dinner. They get themselves in fake up like her, right? Take me to dinner. I look good. That's not you.
no, by dinner dates, I don't mean Chipotle. Come on. I want you to have very high standards. Mediocre is not going to cut it. The way you see yourself is how others start to see you. So I don't care. Make a new persona and start living it. Every time you sit in your 2012 car, I want you to imagine that it's a Rolls Royce. I want you to imagine that the engine light is not on. And that is how I want you to carry yourself in the world. Number 2, get selfish. If you have
She said, when you sit in your 2012 car, imagine that the engine light is not on. No, I think you should get your car fixed. Seriously, I think you should save some money up or have an emergency fund, right? Instead of blowing your money. Watching girls like this, trying to follow her and copy her when she's got her whole money off TikTok to do this from you watching her. Talk to me, somebody. With her fake up, trying to convince you to live a dream.
plans in place for doing something, you are not going to cancel your plans for anyone. You are not going to be that person that people can push her on because she'll change it, she'll do it. You will no longer do anything for the greater good. Your focus is only you. If you happen to be a toddler mom like me, what you're going to start doing is giving your partner some work to do. If he's going out on boys' night, you need to plan a girls' night. If he is going to the gym to play basketball, you're going to go get your nails done.
You can't make this up.
You will no longer move your plans for anyone else. Your needs are just as important. Moving on to your friends, I need you to really figure it out. Who are your friends? Who are the people in your corner? And who are the snakes? We're not bringing any snakes into 2025, guys. We're leaving them behind in the past year. 8 more days left. Get your together. Okay, bye.
See, she didn't say my husband, because she would have definitely made a point to say that. Another baby mama. Probably baby mama drama. She wants to tell you how to live. It's funny, I saw it. From, what's the girl's name? The Spanish girl that was faking like she had a bunch of money doing her hair, doing her makeup, but she was going to steal from Target. Got arrested. Same thing. You can't believe what you see. But yeah, guys, it's sad out there. But yeah, thank y'all for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, be sure to subscribe and click that notification bell to make sure you get on my videos as soon as I release them. All right, guys, thank you for watching. See you next video.